So our lesson is welcome all of you to this English class. We are going to discuss about deep water. The topic today we are going to discuss about deep water. Deep water means just below, very deep water. The experience of the author in the deep water. This particular lesson has been written by William Douglas. His name is William Douglas. Before we discuss about the lesson, first of all, let us understand something about William Douglas. You can see the photo of William Douglas. Who was William Douglas? William Douglas, the son of a Presbyterian minister. Presbyterian minister means Presbyterian. It's a Protestant group of Christianity. Presbyterian minister means he is a priest. His father was a priest of a Presbyterian church. He was born in Maine, Minnesota on 6th October 1898. The family moved to California, but his father died soon afterwards. His first experience in the childhood comes in California, in the beach of California. As we go through the lesson, we will understand that the first fear of the water that just crept into his mind when he had gone with his father to California beach. So we find that he was moved to California. Douglas contracted polio as a child but escaped long-term paralysis. So he was affected by polio, but then somehow or other he was lucky enough to escape from a long-term paralysis. After graduating from Whitman College, he studied at Columbia University Law School where he edited the law review. So he was an advocate. He studied law from Columbia University, and then we find that he has just prepared a edited law. In 1925, he joined a Wall Street law firm before teaching law at Harvard University. He became a teacher in Harvard University in the law college, and before that, he had joined an association, as it is said. More about the author. Franklin D. Roosevelt, we know, US President, the Democratic Party candidate. He was the Democratic Party candidate. He was elected as the president in 1932. We have seen in the last class when we were discussing about third level also we came across Roosevelt. So he was a Democratic member. He was a president because in America we know that there are two-party system is there. From the Democratic Party we have got this Franklin Roosevelt elected in 1932. Now why this Roosevelt comes in between? Because Douglas was a supporter of Roosevelt's New Deal, and in 1934 he joined the Securities and Exchange Commission. He was a supporter of the president. His New Deal, his new policy was supported by him, because we know that this William O. Douglas, he being a advocate and a person who has edited law, whatever support he gives definitely is a good support for the president, and that is why he was given a chance after 2 years of the election to the post of the president of America. Roosevelt just took him into Securities and Exchange Commission. 3 years later he became chairman of the commission. After 3 years of joining, that is 37, he became the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission. So we understand that Douglas was not an ordinary fellow. He became a judge, he became an advocate, he became a statesman in the US government. When Louis Brandeis retired from the Supreme Court in February 1939, Franklin D. Roosevelt appointed Douglas to take his place. So he became the Supreme Court judge of America in the year 1939. At 40 years of age, he was the second youngest Supreme Court Justice in the United States history. So he is considered as the second youngest Supreme Court Justice in the history of United States of America, because he became the Supreme Court Judge at the age of 40 years. After the Second World War, black means black people, Negroes. Black was clearly associated with the group of liberals. Hello? Can you see? After the Second World War, Hello? Somebody is saying something? Are you able to see? After the Second World War, black was clearly associated with the group of liberals on the Supreme Court that included Hugo Black. The year is given 1937-71, and Frankfurter 1939 to 1962, and Frank Murphy 1940 to 1949, and Thurgood Marshall 1967 to 1991. As a justice, that is William O. Douglas, is strongly supported African American civil rights and freedom of speech. ആരാ പറയുന്നത്? അതാരാ? ഹലോ? ആർക്കും കേൾക്കുന്നില്ല? ആർക്കും കേൾക്കുന്നില്ല? ആർക്കെങ്കിലും കേൾക്കാത്തുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അവിടുത്തെ നെറ്റ്വർക്ക് പ്രോബ്ലം ആയിരിക്കും. ആർക്കും കേൾക്കാത്ത അവസ്ഥയുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇവിടുത്തെ പ്രശ്നമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ വില്യം ഡഗ്ലസ് വാസ് ബുക്സ് ഇൻക്ലൂഡഡ് വി ദ ജഡ്ജസ്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് വൺ ബുക്ക് published in 1956. Second book published A Living Bills of Rights 1961. Third one, A Wilderness Bill of Rights 1965, who retired from the Supreme Court in 1975, and he died in Washington on 19 January 1980. This is all about the author. Now the present piece that we are going to study is actually taken from his book named Of Men and Mountains. He has written a book called Of Men and Mountains. From that we have taken an excerpt. Only a portion has been taken for our study. William Douglas. Now, you just go through. This is almost the substance or summary of the lesson. Before going into the lesson detail, we will just have a look at this summary. Deep water shows how scared of water Douglas had been as a boy. So this deep water, what we are going to see is that how Douglas was scared, how Douglas was afraid of water as a boy. His very first experience was when he first went to the sea beach with his father, and a powerful wave swept over him. So I told you that in California beach, when he was going with his father, he had an experience. Here, this is a reference. His very first experience was when he first went to the sea beach, that's California beach, with his father. Father was with him, and a powerful wave swept over him. How a wave came and just swept over him. He was covered by the wave. Although the wave had receded, still it left him terrified. When the water came, the water just went over him. He was buried under water. After that, the wave went back. We know that when we go to the seashore, the waves will come, and after that it will recede, it will go back. When it goes back, what happens? Everything will be normal. But what happened here, the effect of this wave coming and just sweeping him over was that he was totally terrified. He was afraid. But then, to overcome his fear, he made up his mind to learn swimming. But here what happened? In order to overcome the fear, he made up his mind to learn swimming. How to get out of the fear of this water that he had in his childhood? So for that, he found out a means. He wanted to learn swimming. So what he did? He went to the YMCA pool, which was 2 or 3 feet at the shallow end and 9 feet at the deep end. So in order to learn swimming, he went to a swimming pool. The name of the swimming pool is YMCA. The full form of YMCA, Young Men Christian Association. It is a worldwide association. Please note, Young Men Christian Association. There is YWCA, Young Women Christian Association. It is not only for the Christians, all the youngsters become members of this particular association, and they have got activities which is not connected with the religion. So they do have a pool in Yakima. And then what happened? He just thought of going there. And if you have gone to the swimming pool, you will understand that the swimming pool, everywhere the depth is not same. The place from where you are entering into the swimming pool, there it will not be very deep. On the other end, the extreme end, it will be very deep. So this YMCA pool, in the beginning, the entrance, the first part where you enter, it was only 2 or 3 feet deep, and on the shallow end, on the other end, he says that it was around 9 feet deep. So we can say that average height of a person is 6 feet, 5.5, 6 feet. 9 feet means we can say that almost 1.5 person's height water. So without knowing swimming, you cannot go into that water. One day a strong big boy picked him up and threw him into the deepest part of the pool. One day what happened? A strong boy, he was sitting outside this swimming pool, YMCA pool. When he went there, there was nobody, he was all alone. He was afraid to go inside the water without anybody's presence. So he was waiting there, let others come, somebody else come. So as he was sitting there, a big boy came there. In the lesson, it is said that he is a bruiser. Bruiser means a bully of a boy. Bully means a strong fellow who normally threatens weaklings. ചെറിയ കുട്ടികളെ പേടിപ്പിക്കുന്ന ആരോഗ്യശാലിയായ വലുപ്പത്തിൽ കുറച്ച് വലുതായിട്ടുള്ള കുട്ടികളെയാണ് bully എന്ന് പറയുക. So he is a bruiser. The lesson says he is a bruiser. A bruiser of a boy came there and threw him into the deep end. So what happened? He sunk to the bottom, but he tried to jump and came up gradually. So now, in this particular lesson, what we are going to see is actually how he was thrown into the water and what was his experience when he was going down. വെള്ളത്തിലേക്ക് എടുത്തു ചാടി നീന്തൽ അറിയില്ല. Then what happened? He just went down. How many times? 3 times he went down. So when he was going down the first time, what was his experience? When he was going down for the second time, what was his experience? And third time, what he felt? As fear had gripped him, all his efforts went in vain. So as he was going down, as the fear just gripped him, അവനെ പിടിച്ചു, completely ആഗിരണം ചെയ്തു. At that time, he says that all his efforts means his trial to save himself became useless. He was nearly drowned, almost he got drowned. He tried to breathe but swallowed water. He was trying to breathe but he swallowed water. He lay there in complete peace without sensation or fear of death. He was just lying down there in complete peace. Without sensation of fear of death. This is the third time when he was going down. First time, second time, we will see in detail what was his feel and what was his planning, what was his trial, what was effect, etc. But third time when he was going down, all his efforts ceased. He stopped all his efforts and then he understood that he was going to die. He was ready to embrace his death. But someone saved him. But he did not die. Someone just saved him. He was so terrified that the sight of the water made him sick. After this incident, 2 incidents are there. One is at California Beach, the second one is here in YMCA pool. After this second incident, he says that the water terrified him. He was very much afraid of water. He could not go fishing or canoeing. He was not able to go for fishing or canoeing. Canoeing means a kind of boating. He cannot go for fishing or boating. In olden times, fishing was a favorite pastime of the people. So he was not able to enjoy. His friends used to go for fishing and he was not able to enjoy because he was afraid. A person who is afraid of running and falling down in the football ground, he likes football but is staying outside the football ground and just watching his friends playing. And each time he sees that his friends are just scoring and they are enjoying, he feels a lot of pain in his mind. The same way, when his friends were enjoying in the water sports, he found it very difficult. So to overcome his fear, he found an instructor who trained him as a swimmer bit by bit. So in order to overcome his fear of water, he understood that he cannot do it by himself. He found an instructor. He got a teacher, a coach, and that coach trained him bit by bit. Bit by bit means part by part. കുറേശ്ശെയായി അവനെ ഒരു സ്വിമ്മറാക്കി എടുത്തു. He was able to overcome his fear completely. Slowly, he was able to overcome his fear completely. This experience of fear at first and then conquering it made his life worth living. Now what William O. Douglas says that this experience of fear and how he conquered this fear, that made his life worth living. He didn't want to live with this fear. He was afraid. He was feeling inferiority complex. He was not able to go in front of the people. Whenever his friends are discussing about water sports, fishing and canoeing and boating, etc., he felt a lot of pain. Always when he thinks about the water, the old fear used to return to him. And he says that complete body used to become numb. A fear used to enter his body just like a charge of electricity. But from that level, with the help of an instructor and with his willpower and his readiness to work hard, he has conquered his fear. Now what Douglas wants to tell us is that there is nothing which cannot be conquered in our life. There is no fear in our life in this world which cannot be conquered. If you have got determination, if you have got willpower, if you have got readiness to work hard, then definitely you can conquer any kind of fear, even if it is a fear of examination, even if it is a fear of unknown, even if it is a fear of any natural calamities, even disease or anything. Whatever may come on our way, we are supposed to face it. There are some vocabulary words which we will come across in this lesson. Treacherous. Treacherous means dangerous. Treachery, cheating, bluffing. Here in this lesson, there is a contest in which why William O. Douglas has chosen YMCA pool and not Yakima River. The place where he is living, if you take the second page of your lesson, you can find a map there on the second page. That is on page 24, there is a map is there in which Yakima River map is given there. So why YMCA pool was selected by William O. Douglas in order to learn swimming, not Yakima River? Because the Yakima River was treacherous. Why treacherous? Dangerous. Dangerous means deceptive, bluffing. Because many people have drowned in that river, and because of that, his mother used to remind him every now and then that stories about the drowning cases in Yakima River. Therefore, he had a fear to go there, and therefore he chose YMCA pool. Aversion to water, that is the sentence used, aversion, strong dislike. He had a strong dislike for water after the second incident. Flailed as he was going down. To wave or move your hands and legs about energetically and in an uncontrolled way. You can imagine a person who is just got into the river He does not know how to swim. He got into a whirlpool and that is going down. അടിയിലേക്ക് വെള്ളത്തിൻ്റെ അടിയിലേക്ക് അവൻ പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് കാലും കൈയിട്ട് അടിക്കുന്നു. വാട്ട് ഫോർ? ഇൻ ഓർഡർ ടു റെസ്ക്യൂ ഹിംസെൽഫ്. രക്ഷപ്പെടാൻ വേണ്ടി കാലും കൈയും ഇട്ട് അടിക്കുന്ന അവസ്ഥയാണ്. What we have seen is the summary of the lesson. Okay, today what we have seen is the summary of the lesson. I hope that somewhat you understood what the lesson is meant.